79-year-old John Miszuk has traveled 7,000 kilometers to Belarus to visit the village of his birth, Naliboki.
We were driven out. My parents, they lost everything.
This former refugee became the first Belarusian-born hockey player in the NHL. With his daughters, Miszuk came here to learn more about how that remarkable journey began.
Is that where the house was, where you are, Slava?
The village had been part of Poland and was occupied by Soviet and then German troops in World War II.
I only was 3 years old. Our place was burned to the ground.
As a child, Miszuk and his Polish-speaking family survived forced labor in Germany. After the war, they were among millions of refugees stranded in camps for displaced persons. But in 1950, his family and other relatives were able to immigrate to Canada, and Miszuk spent the rest of his childhood in Hamilton, Ontario.
Like any other kid, I was skating every day outside in a rink. My mother used to chase me from the rink every day. She'd come home.
At his cousin's home in the village,
1963.
Miszuk explained how he rose through the ranks of junior hockey and broke into the NHL as a defenseman with the Detroit Red Wings.
That's me, and that's Bobby Hall. We're fighting.
He played with other hockey legends, like teammate Gordie Howe.
When I started playing, there was only 6 teams in NHL, so that was hard to make the team, professional. Philadelphia Flyers.
After 2 years in Chicago, he was drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers when the NHL expanded in 1967. Through the 1970s, he would play for several teams in other pro leagues.
I spent altogether about 16 years playing professional hockey.
Miszuk is proud that other Belarusian-born players have made it into the NHL and how hockey has grown in the land of his birth.
Belarus has got a good team. Belarus, they love hockey.
While Miszuk calls Canada home, he and his daughter Kathleen cherish their family roots in Naliboki.
So we went down to where the house was, where the farm was, and picked up some of the earth from there. So we're going to take this back.
With us?
Back to Canada.
Back to Canada?
Yeah.
That's great.
But anyway.
A souvenir to remember John Miszuk's unlikely journey from refugee
I'm glad I came back to Naliboki.
to Belarusian hockey pioneer.